What is going on, everyone? My name is Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the bottom of the map in the red color, playing as Zeus. His name is Rapl. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Oranos. His name is Miracle. The map is, well, you already know, competitive mega random, but it's another spawn. It's an interesting one. I love this spawn. I can already kind of tell what it is just from the small amount of the map I've seen. But the really cool thing about mega random that I don't think I've really explained well enough yet, as we can talk a little bit about what just happened in the last game before I got into that. So Rapl up 1-0 here. It's best of 3. So if Rapl wins the next one, or this one here, he gets the win. If Miracle wins this one, he gets 1 and have to win the next one. And if you get, it's kind of important to get that extra win. If you're playing against a player, you want to go 2-1 because that allows you to get like ties and have an advantage in that to make sure you go through the next stage. So you do want to get as many wins as you possibly can, regardless of series. Anyways, to go back to my first point, the fact that you see the map layout and get a gist of what's actually the map layout actually looks like doesn't actually give you any extra information, because every map has the potential to spawn this many different hunt packs per player, has the potential to spawn somewhere between this many to this many gold mines. I think it's 10, it might be 8, I don't know. Large gold mines and the woodlands as well. It's all of this stuff. It's also got the potential to spawn many different amounts of herdables. So the fact that we find a map here with a metric shit ton of food in our base, and we see all of this here in the middle of the map, doesn't really tell us anything about the map until you really get the scouting done. So these players are actually going to be spotting a whole metric shit ton of boar, which is a very, very fun huntable here. As we also see the elk getting spawned in the corner of the map as well. What I would love to see, if I had this map with Rapl, I'd be going for a 4-minute advance time, because the hunt is so close, so my villagers don't have to wander forward, and I can get a 4-minute advance time, and I would go for Hoplite Hippocon here with early Jason Odysseus. Now, this is a relatively new build that I don't think I've seen anyone do yet, but the idea is that you have to put villagers onto wood, and then after you get your Odysseus barracks stable out, which is fairly early in the classical age, you would take those villagers off of wood and put them over onto gold so that you can afford Hippocon and Hoplite in terms of the gold you need for both of those, and you don't need that many villagers on wood anymore to just afford the houses that you need. And then you can actually find yourself in front of the Oranos in terms of population, which is unheard of for that style of play. And then you also get a restoration to win a fight and could potentially take a very, very easy win over Oranos players, especially considering Oranos players, they really haven't quite unlocked the potential of their own 355 hunting dogs advances, which is definitely possible, especially on a map like this. You have to take down the boars, which takes a little bit longer, but definitely a worthwhile venture where that's concerned. But Rapl here, seeming like he's going a little bit standard, going for the Hermes. He can go center, Hoplite, Hippocon here. You can go center, Hoplite here. We've seen it. We've kind of seen everything that is possible for Greek, apart from building Toxotes. There was a time where I'm going to give you a history lesson while we're all going through this. So I remember scrolling through the RTS forums, RTS Sanctuary forums, and seeing that AOM King was playing on Titans for a little bit, and he was trying to work out how to beat Atlantean, Oranos specifically, and he thought that 1-1-1 was the go, because everyone was advancing quite late then. It was still Oranos going 430 obviously, but still like 5-15 advances. So a Zeus player could easily go Hoplite archer or military academy, archery range, and stable, and afford all of these things, advancing at 515. So he would try and do that, but in the end of the day, he was close. He just had to stop building the Toxotes, and he would have found the kind of meta for a Zeus play against the Oranos. But anyways, we're in the modern world, and we see the citizen getting shanked down here as Miracle has made a mistake which I'm not sure many people are really aware of, but the idea here is you want to bring your oracles back to defend your hunt. You want to use Valor on your oracles in this matchup. So we are seeing those units jumping in and out here as Rapl retreating back just a little bit. The reason why you want to use your oracles here is so that you don't have all of this idle time on your 2 food villages, which means that villages or Murmillo get kind of wasted here in a big way. So we see the army constantly jumping in and out. We see the Valor getting dropped down here by Miracle. 6 minutes and 15 seconds into the game. If you take a look at how long this takes to recharge, it's only 2 minutes. So he could have dropped that down at 4:30 on Oracles and then been able to get his Murmillo hero right now as his army moves in for the fight. So he would have been in a much, much better position here. So that's the general idea of it all. You see a bolt coming down over here. Rapl's going to be sniping down units really nicely. The simplest way to take these fights here for Zeus is to simply just use your heroes to target down the enemy heroes and allow your centaur to kill off human units here as the Murmillo chase the centaur around and all that other good stuff. So in essence, what the Oranos player actually needs to do or wants to do or should do is actually go into their base right now. Because you can't really fight this, as we do see the centaur trying to take a bit of a jab at that. We see the units moving in over here, going to try and push off this food here as the centaur coming back. We do have hoplites starting to come through for Rapl as well. So we see a slight mismicro here from Rapl. Definitely want to be targeting down those Promethean offspring if he can. So we see the hoplites pushing through, going to take down these medium terma as some more centaur coming in. There's a lot of kills coming through for Rapl here in this game. As Miracle just going to hang out in his base for a little bit longer, trying to work this all out. We see the Promethean's going to get taken out, but is there a villager kill here? Looks like there will be one villager kill there. So at least Miracle's got some sort of damage in the early game here, but 55 population to 66 population is pretty decent here for Miracle. He's got somewhat of a lead here, but he definitely needs to get going here in some way, shape, or form in terms of harassing his opponent. Because right now, Rapl getting away with murder, being on this food over here. This is a very, very easy place for Miracle to be raiding. While we're seeing the centaur raids coming through, I've talked about it a million times. The unit you want to kill is the Murmillo, but a really, really nice garrison there from Miracle saving said Murmillo. But yes, Rapl is well aware of pick off literally anything you can with those centaur, because they need to find value. They need to get value. If you don't find value with the centaur, and you just use them in big fights, you're not going to have enough. You're just not going to have enough. They're not going to be able to win those big fights. We do see the centaur wandering through here. Will we see a ceasefire here? Looks like Rapl says there's not enough units here for him to worry about it. So those 5 centaur are going to be able to get away from here. No problems. As the raids from Miracle not yet finding their mark here. As Miracle wandering around the map, trying to get in and get something done. Attacking the temple is always a half decent idea if you can bring a handful of heroes with you as well, because then you can go after those favor gatherers and slow down the centaur production. So Oranos players can start thinking about that as like kind of guaranteed, knowing that's where your opponent's villages are going to be, sort of thing. As we see the centaur coming back in, and there's going to be so many dead units here for Miracle as he's pulling back, and now Rapl's got 82 to 85 population as this lead that Rapl has managed to get in the early game here is really starting to get quite large. We do see maybe a Murmillo through for Miracle though, as he does push off that hunt in some capacity. Now Rapl might think about going to the middle of the map to grab those boar or something like that. So we do see over here one lone Murmillo hero managing to almost take out a centaur, but not going to get it there. As we see the centaur retreating away. We see the villagers now moving up to the top side of the map. The villagers getting themselves these boars in the middle. But really, Miracle has to go for multi-raids or something, attacking multiple different locations here. Because if he's just trying to fight where Rapl is, he's not going to find any sort of damage here. As it looks to me as if we've very much hit that critical mass of centaur, which is very, very scary for an Oranos player. If you don't pick off any of these centaur in the early game, these centaur get to an unbearable amount, and you just can't really fight. These heroes here for Miracle are so important as well, all getting sniped off without taking any centaur down with them, as Rapl can now literally just move forward, and there is nothing that Miracle can do. Miracle will be moving on to a second gold mine here. One thing I wouldn't mind Rapl doing, and Zeus players alike doing, I'm going to keep saying it until I start seeing it, is get a Pegasus. A Pegasus over here or a Pegasus over here allows you so much in the way of just I know where to attack, that it just doesn't make sense not to do it, because it costs next to no resources. 50 food, 2 favor. That's like 70 food for like knowing exactly where to attack. That's value if you ask me. So we see these buildings all getting knocked down. The hero citizen coming over onto this gold mine over here. Miracle has a lot of food in the bank, but does not have much else here. We see the centaur coming over here. We'll see those villagers on this location. Meanwhile, we see citizen coming from that top little cheeky wood outpost that Miracle was chopping down onto this gold mine as well. So we're starting to see some hero units getting converted here. Is Rapl going to now move his army in to try and take Miracle's army out here? As Miracle has to kind of retreat back in a way. But these centaur are just going to absolutely destroy everything here, as the hero Murmillo do get produced en masse here from Miracle actually. But Rapl's micro pretty godly right now, as he actually has only lost 3 centaur in this fight thus far, and kills the remainder essentially of Miracle's army. We see the house getting thrown up here. The hoplite's going to try and cut off any sort of retreat path. It is a difficult time to kill off hero citizen regardless, as we do see the mana getting taken down here. More centaur coming in. The centaur over here going to get targeted down. Rapl will probably start microing that one, as he does manage to get away from them in time, as these centaur are going to be spreading multiple different locations. The citizen do manage to get away here without losing any of them. That is the power of those hero citizen. As now Rapl needs to go and hit the other gold mine to kind of put Miracle out of his misery. I mean, a lot of Oranos players realize that all they have to do is pick off the majority of these centaur, and then they can start fighting pretty normally here. As more citizen move up onto this gold mine over here. No mana on this position though for Miracle is going to allow Rapl to just simply wander up here and get the damage done, as we will be seeing him making a move pretty much straight away up to that location. We'll see if he's going to give it away. He does move his centaur through line of sight there of Miracle, and there are already Murmillo over here, but the centaur going to come in and get some good damage done. We see the temple getting taken out, as Heart of the Titan's actually getting researched here. It's a pretty vital technology there. So we see one Murmillo getting taken down. So the centaur going to be doing their best here as more buildings going to get taken out. Rapl can actually just right-click on the town center here if he actually wants to. he has such a absurd advantage as we see this town center going up as well. The citizen trying to mine this gold mine as best as they can. We see the centaurs pulling back, picking off some more stray units here as well. As now Rapl gonna move through here, try and get into this position and get that damage done as best as he possibly can. These Murmillo heroes can get dealt with fairly soon, as they do mostly all get taken out. 2 HP remaining, and does end up falling. As now Rapl pushing in, snipes down units. We've got farms on this location here as well. Hero Murmillo getting converted here. They still cost the full price because he wasn't able to get that Heart of the Titans technology through. Now these citizens going to get taken out here, and that's going to be an end to any sort of gold gathering journey here for Miracle, as we even see some hoplites down the bottom, or a hoplite at the bottom, just scouting it all out. So these Hero Murmillo are getting picked off very, very fast here. They're just not able to get enough damage on it. And even if they do, there's still all these ridiculously strong hoplites and hippocons and the like. And in that moment, Miracle does tap out. Rapl gets the win, gets the 2-0 here. It's got to feel good about that one. I do feel like the majority of Miracle's problems did stem from not bringing his oracles back to Valor right at 430. It's just, you kind of have to do it. You just do it. You defend your food with those oracles because you can micro against the Jason a little bit. And then once the Centaur pole mark and a couple of Centaur come in, that's the time when you would have the second Valor get dropped down in order to defend against that. And then you're okay to continue. But a really, really strong showing from Rapl. He's playing at a super high level here. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.